Hey guys, SurvivOrbs here, and today I actually have a top 10 list for you. This is not going to be a reaction video of my top 10 videos or whatever like that. Today, for the 10th year anniversary for Marvel, and for the upcoming event for Avengers Infinity War, I thought it would be a great idea to do a top 10 video of my top 10 favorite Marvel movies. But I'm not including any X-Men movies, any Fantastic Four movies, or any of the other movies outside the MCU. So, let's get into this. Coming in number 10, I'm going to be putting Avengers Age of Ultron. Now, the reason I put this movie at number 10 is for two reasons. One, the way they played out Vision's origin story. But I wasn't kind of expecting that. One thing I was kind of expecting was the same thing in the comics, like how it went into comics. But here's the reason why I wish it kind of went into the comics. In the comics, Ultron actually creates Vision, and Vision actually works with Ultron for like a few comics, and then betrays Ultron, and then goes with the Avengers. But the way it played out in the movie, I guess, was kind of fine. I understand why Marvel wanted to change it up a little bit, but that's one reason I put it at number 10. The second reason I put it at number 10 is basically because the way the final battle was. Now, because in the first Avengers movie, they were fighting like an entire army of aliens, but I could actually understand why they wanted this to be the final battle too, like an entire army full of robots. I was just so disappointed that the robots weren't made of vibranium like Ultron was, and that's why I put Avengers Age of Ultron at number 10. Coming in at number 9, I'm going to be putting Iron Man 3. Now, this movie was really great in my opinion. Really loving. I did love it a lot, but it was kind of hard for me to put it at number 9, to be honest, because it's like one of my favorite Iron Man movies. But this is the reason I put it at number 9. My only reason is basically because how the entire plot was. I mean, the movie was good. I just kind of hated the idea of how the Mandarin wasn't really the Mandarin. Like, he was played by an actor. The real Mandarin, I guess, was Archie Killian, who in the comics is not the Mandarin. But I couldn't understand why Marvel kind of wanted to change it up a little bit, like how they did with some of the other movies. And I'll probably get into more of that in some other movies right now. Coming in number 8, I'm going to be putting Doctor Strange. Now, this movie was great also, but it did have one issue in my opinion. The one thing I did like about the movie was the feel of Inception. If you guys haven't seen the movie, I recommend you guys do see that movie because it is pretty good. But I like the entire idea of everything bending and just makes you a little obnoxious time to time. But the reason I put it in number 8 is this two reasons. One reason is basically because who the main villain is. I mean, I kind of wanted to see more of Dormammu, but we only got probably 4 to 3 minutes of screen time for him. But the second reason of why I put this movie at number 8 is pretty much because the way the Ancient One died. I mean, in the comics, she didn't die that way. She died in a really different way, which I'm not gonna spoil right now because I'd rather let you guys read that and then do whatever. But that's the reason I put Doctor Strange at number 8. Coming in number 7, I'm going to be putting Captain America the Winter Soldier. Now, this movie was great. Really great in my opinion. I loved it. It was great. I'm not really a big fan of Captain America, but this movie actually changed my mind about Captain America. In this movie, you actually get to see more fight scenes. You get to see how Captain America has evolved over the years ever since he frozen up and went through World War II. But I don't really have that many issues with this movie. One complaint I would probably say was pretty much how Hydra was still alive. That kind of got me a little mad, but I understand how it played up and what Marvel was going for it to play in Avengers Age of Ultron. But anyway, the Winter Soldier was really great in my opinion. I love how we got to see a few fight scenes between Captain America and Bucky fight. I love the way Falcon was actually was a third hero in this movie besides Black Widow, who was also great. But that's the reason why I put this one at number 7. Coming number 6, I'm going to be putting Ant-Man. Now, this movie was also great in my opinion. I did love it. I love the entire idea on how Ant-Man, who wasn't Hank Pym, which I'm kind of glad because I do like Scott Lang being the Ant-Man. But I do have one issue with this. How the Yellow Jacket was the villain. Now, in the comics, the Yellow Jacket is actually Hank Pym, who retired for being Ant-Man and kind of faked his death. And then that's how Scott Lang ended up becoming Ant-Man. But I guess that was okay. I mean, I really can't think of any other villains that Ant-Man could go against that could kind of shrink into like his size that would like make those funny moments. Now that Thomas the Tank Engine scene, that kind of made me laugh a little, but anyway, it was still a good movie. I did love it. I can't wait for Ant-Man and the Wasp to come out. I'm probably gonna go see that, but that's why I put Ant-Man at number 6. Now, guys, we're coming into the top 5, and this was kind of hard for me to decide which movies I did want to put in the top 5, but here they are anyway. Coming in number 5, I'm going to be putting Thor Ragnarok. Now, this movie was hilarious, funny, made me smile a lot of times. The final battle with Hela was okay, in my opinion, but the way Surtur was in this, I did like the way he played out. The way Hulk and Valkyrie worked together with Thor, and how Loki basically acted like nothing happened. I just love the idea for that. But I do have a few issues about this movie. One of them is basically how Thor, when he returns to Asgard, he basically like figures out everything. Like he finds out that Odin is not really Odin. He just finds out it's just Loki in disguise pretending to be on Asgard. My second issue might be the way Doctor Strange played out in this movie, but I guess it was kind of okay. I mean, there's like a tiny weird thing about Doctor Strange being in that movie that kind of made me back forward it a little bit, but the movie was still funny, had lots of action, tons of funny jokes with Thor, but this is the reason why I put it in my number 5 spot. Coming in number 4, I'm going to be putting Guardians of the Galaxy. Now, this movie was great, but the second movie for Guardians of the Galaxy was kind of in between to me. I did like the way Yondu played out in Guardians of the Galaxy 1. Everyone just hated him. He was vicious. He was just like a straight-on Ravager. I love the way how we got to, in the beginning of Guardians of the Galaxy, the original, that we got to see a little bit of Star-Lord's backstory in the back. But one thing I did kind of not like in this movie was basically how Rowan was kind of played out. I was kind of expecting him to be not that greedy over the Power Stone. I just thought the entire idea of him working for Thanos to get the Infinity Stone, I think that just didn't really work out. But the movie was good. The final battle scenes were great. The characters were great, especially Rocket with Groot. I love the way Groot sacrificed himself at the end of the movie. But that's the reason why I put Guardians of the Galaxy at the number 4 spot. Coming in number 3, I'm going to put Captain America Civil War. Now, the reason I put this one at number 3 is for pretty much 3 reasons. One is that Black Panther and Spider-Man both came into this movie. I was not expecting Spider-Man. When I saw the preview, the final preview for Civil War, I was so shocked. I'm like, they actually got Spider-Man to be in the MCU for a little bit. But then after I read an article of why Spider-Man's part of the MCU right now, it's because Marvel has like this little time with him to give him like a few more movies and to be in the next 2 Avengers movies. But this movie, my second reason why this movie was so great in my opinion was basically the airplane battle scene. Wow, I actually thought that was going to be the final fight, but I did like the idea of how it was going to be like the middle battle and not the full battle, like the final battle. The third reason I do love this movie is basically the way Bucky, also known as Winter Soldier, played out in this. How he's being accused for a murder that he didn't do. Iron Man's going all crazy. We have the Avengers turning on each other. Black Widow betraying Iron Man's team and helping Captain America save Bucky. And that's why I put this one at the number 3 spot. Coming in number 2, I'm going to be putting Black Panther. Now, I did want to put this one at number 1, but it was kind of hard for me to put it at number 1 or number 2 because the number 1 spot will go to a special movie that I will remember until the day I die. But The reason I put Black Panther at number 2 is basically because the entire plot line. The way Killmonger, when Black Panther offered him to help Killmonger before he died, Killmonger just like denied that. He and him talking about his ancestors committing suicide before they went into slavery and they knew death was coming. But I like the way they played out Claw and how he kind of died in this movie. I'm kind of hoping in Avengers Infinity War, Thanos might bring him back to life, because Claw is actually one of my favorite villains from Black Panther besides Manape. But Black Panther was so great in my opinion, I had to put it at number 2. The movie was colorful, had lots of action. All the characters were unique. Black Panther himself, him going through the responsibility of being king of Wakanda and being the Black Panther at the same time. And that's why I put this at the number 2 spot. Coming in number 1, I'm going to be giving it to Iron Man, the original Iron Man. Now, the reason I put this one in number 1 is basically because he's the reason why the MCU came to be made. The end credits scene with Nick Fury telling him that he's part of a bigger universe. He just doesn't know it yet. Just maybe happy to see the MCU come together. And I actually do watch the movie time to time again sometimes when I'm bored. But Iron Man, the original Iron Man, had so much action. I love the way Iron Man or Tony Stark basically came to make his suit in the cave. I always wanted that. I always wanted to see that in movie form. Plus, how Iron Man just shows like his unique skills, his brain, and his final battle with Ironmonger was great in my opinion, and that's why I put it at number 1. Anyway, guys, I hope you guys enjoyed that video. If you guys did, make sure to like, share, comment, subscribe to my channel if you guys are new. And before I end this video, I want you guys to comment down below and give me your top 10 favorite Marvel films. If you guys don't want to, that's perfectly fine, but I just want to hear you guys' thoughts. Also, make sure to comment down below and get ready for my reaction video that I'll be doing to the Venom trailer, which is the second one. Anyway, that's all I have to say. Peace and multiverses. Goodbye.